everyone. My name is Dominic.
My name is Jamal.
And I am Joshua.
He is.
That he is. And welcome back to Soul Oasis.
Hello there.
We have returned after two
2 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. That's a SpongeBob reference for all those who don't know. 2 weeks. That's a us reference for all those who don't know. Well, I hope you've had a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yes.
Both have passed. And we are here now
We are.
on a Saturday. Let us know what you were up to. Did you do anything good? Did you eat anything good for Christmas and New Year? Did you sit on the couch and do nothing but watch TV? Let us know.
They're both great options, I guess. They're all
Yeah,
great
two
options.
sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before we go any further, Josh, let's hear your check-in.
Check in. All right.
Yes.
Thank God we didn't go anywhere this Christmas. We just went down the street to hang out with my parents. It was really nice.
It's good.
I brought 1 billion board games, and my brothers slept in and didn't play them, so that made me sad.
Aw.
How long does your brother sleep into?
They slept in a lot. I mean, granted, it was their day off, so I don't really blame them.
Yeah.
I've had like 2 weeks, so I'm kind of like, let's go, let's do things. And they're kind of like, man, I got to go to work tomorrow. But anyway, that was my only really big complaint there. I've been playing a lot of League of Legends.
Yeah.
Getting pretty good with my favorite character, Yasuo. I have been listening to a really cool book by a guy called Joe Heschmeyer. He's a Catholic theologian that goes over early church history. I've really been loving listening to that.
Okay.
Other than that, me and my wife are just chugging along, getting ready for that gender reveal at the end of January.
That's great. Yeah. And my vote is that it's going to be, unfortunately for you, I don't know. But I think it's going to be a girl.
Oh, you do?
Nah, it's going to be a boy.
All right.
I already knew.
We've been taking a poll, so I will add you guys to the poll.
It's really up to you, Josh.
It is, but I mean,
Truly speaking. It's your fault one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
we'll find out. We'll find out what I've done.
Indeed. Jamal,
Yes.
check in.
My week has been pretty well. I think I've been out. I've been making tamales. We did some Legos the other day, which was really great.
It's true.
It has been a good start to the new year, though it's like the 3rd. So
Yeah.
but it has been a good start. This weekend after this, I'm going to go to the gym, and I've been training to run. I've been running a lot recently, and I want to run a 5K, which isn't big, but it's like a start.
I've run them. They're fun.
Yeah, I want to run a 5K, but this weekend, I'm doing this thing it's called Max Week. I just made it up. But it's called Max Week. So today I'm going to the gym, do all my maxes, just to see what they are. And then tomorrow I'm gonna do it in reverse because I feel like the later in this workout session, the more fatigued you are. So you don't really get those true max. So then tomorrow I do it in reverse to see if can I do better, you know? And I want to do it. I want to do it the first weekend of every month just to see if I can improve on it or whatever I am. You know, it's like go in there, max out on bench, incline, curls, pull downs, just see how long and how far I can run without dying or not unaliving or whatever. And then doing reverse.
Make sure you write them down. It helps
Yeah.
to see that actual progress.
Yeah, that's my plan for this weekend. Work on my business, work on my fundraising opportunity theater, getting stuff together. It's going to be a successful year in the making for all three of us. So I'm excited. Yeah. How about you? How was your week or check-in?
It was okay. That's about all it ever can be if I'm not doing exactly what I want to be doing. So that's the same way it's been. Exactly. And even that might not be enough anymore.
Ooh.
I have had a decent week. I got Christmas presents. Are we counting like a week ago? Yeah, a week ago I was in San Antonio. So I was back home. It was fun. I got to see my family. Reminder of what I'm doing all this for in the first place. I got some gifts when I got back. I'm wearing one right now. Champagne Poppy, Drake. Every project. And then what else? I gave some great gifts, so I enjoyed doing that quite a bit. I gave some gifts I thought were pretty great. We'll see if they like it. What else? 9 out of 10. Another 9 out of 10. Other than that, I'm just trying to compile absolutely everything I have to do within the next few months, and then later on this entire year. I have to prepare for these auditions in a couple months.
Oh, what
I have to prepare. There's some auditions I saw on backstage and stuff that I can do and send in. More than that, I have to prepare. I'm going to continue with my streaming stuff. I'm going to continue with writing these films. It's a pain in the butt. It really is, but I'm about done with the first one. So we'll see. First and second one, actually, because I kind of just did it one big thing. What else? But yeah, for this week, it's just, I don't like New Year's resolutions, but it's a bit of a reset. Or more of a full step forward. Yeah. We'll see how people respond to it. But yeah, I got a speaker I put over there. We were hearing bass. I don't know.
It is a nice speaker. It is very good. Nice speaker.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to play with a little puppy dog. Yeah, so did he. I don't really know anything else to report, but not terrible.
That's good. You said, well, I mean, we talked last.
Oh, I just spilled some tea on myself, so that was a bummer.
About New Year's resolutions. We don't. I think we don't agree on it, but as a New Year thing, right? I think we all want to have a growth. But what is, if you had not, you don't have to classify it as a New Year's resolution, but what is one thing that we all can say that we want to succeed more so in this upcoming year? Like, I can go first if that was. Oh yeah, go.
Being a better husband and a good father. That is my. It's like I'm kind of with Dom on the New Year resolution thing. I think that you should always go into the new year thinking about what you can do better. I think setting arbitrary things is pointless personally, but I want to be a very good dad and I want to be a good husband. But that's going to be it for like the next until the end of my life.
As it should
There
be.
you go. Well said.
Me, I wanted to do more so with mental, with mental health, and just like physical health. So I really want to go to the gym a lot. I want to work on that and work more so on like my theater plans and acting plans and auditions and stuff like that. And it's not like a resolution; it's going to happen, but it's just something I'm putting more energy into this year. So I'm glad about that.
Yeah. If I had to pick anything, it'd really just be putting myself out there with dedication. I know I'm skilled and all that stuff. I can do what I'm going to do. Like you said, it's going to happen. But how much will I dedicate towards those goals is important. And I've kind of decided just to put everything, not everything. It's not like I'm like, oh, Mom, sorry, you no longer matter. But that's at the forefront of my
life.
my life, my goals.
Yeah.
Importance.
That's what it takes.
Yeah.
Some sacrifices are going to have to get made.
Sacrifices will have to be made. And then just throw some random person off. I had to do it. But yeah, it's time to focus.
It is.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll still have fun. We'll probably play that board game here and there, Baldur's Gates, or that board game that's coming in March. Actually, I think.
Oh, dang.
So it
What
might.
board game?
It's Lands of Everfall.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
a huge. It's like a. Think
I've heard
of
of
the
it,
way
yeah.
you were doing the game. It's. Yeah. Yeah. You create a character and you can take multiple paths.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty in depth. It was supposed to already be here, but it got pushed back a few months.
Oh, yeah, no.
Be here in
Don't
March.
even get me started on my
So-
Kickstarter stuff. Come on, Games has screwed me over so much.
Dang.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I've limited myself more, but that'll come in. It won't be my focus because March is the month of a couple of those things.
Oh,
At least one of those things. One of them might have actually moved. I think I just got an email like 3 days ago. But yeah, I think it actually got moved up like a month. Back a month? Yeah.
I think
Well,
March is
anyway.
a baby shower. I'm not going to be there.
March is your baby shower.
I think
You're not
so.
going to be there?
Yeah, no, I'm going to let all the women hang out. I'm going to go get a drink.
Okay.
Oh.
Something to shower the baby in.
Probably not. Hopefully not.
That'd be crazy.
Thank you, Father. As long as you don't call me daddy.
I get
All
that though. It's weird, but the way I'm raised, I guess. Like I feel like father is such like a
It's so official, though.
respectful term,
Yeah,
and
father.
dad, because like my mom is my mom, but like that's my mother. Because I feel like a mom is, I don't know, it could be different, but I feel like a mom is somebody.
Who's there for you?
No, because I think it's the opposite. Like I can say it from my dad, right? I think a dad is someone who had you, but a father is someone like who takes care of you. Like that's just how
I think
feel.
it's the opposite. I think father is just your biological
See,
father.
the way I think about
I guess it could be both.
I'd have to ask my mom, but I don't think I've ever called them. I think I've always called them mom and dad. I don't know. Like,
Mother, father.
I,
How are you?
Mother.
when I'm joking, I call my mom mother. Like I go up to her and I'm like, mother.
Mm.
But I mean,
Bertha, how are you this evening?
parental unit. I sometimes call them parental unit. I don't know.
Hello, Gene Seeds.
I don't know. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot of, like what type of dad I want to be. You know,
A father.
Yeah, but you know, I've seen. Yeah, I did not realize how much my dad sacrificed when I was young.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, he was
Yeah.
working as hard as he could so that my mom could stay home.
I remember you telling me
with
that.
us. And he, you know, he would get home from working, one of the hardest jobs, as we know. He was a special ed teacher, while also getting his doctorate at Baylor. And he was doing all of that. And then he would come home and play with us. And to me, like, you know, I grew up being much closer to my mom as a whole, just because she was home. And me and my mom are very similar in a lot of ways. But as I've gotten older, I've developed this relationship with my dad that's like, I didn't realize how much of a hero he is until I started to have to do some of the things that he had to do. Like when I've come home tired and angry and frustrated and had to sit down and, you know, be there for my wife, I didn't realize how much of a hero he is. That he did all this stuff, and I'm like, wow. And I you know, I jokingly say this. Abby gets mad when I say this, but I'm like, if I can be half the dad that my dad is, we'll be in good shape.
It's amazing. I'm not a husband, but I think that is an honorable thing to say and do. So, props to you. Props to your
It's the least
dad.
you can do,
True.
really. But
It's not the least.
The least you can do is get home.
Yeah, I
Where's
guess.
dinner?
you know, and like
Got a knuckle sandwich for you.
where's my Abby would just knock me out.
Nah.
I But I think that I do think I don't want to get on too much of a tangent here, but dads are so important.
Hmm.
Mm.
That I mean, but I think about it like the I'm going to use the example of Dom here, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like
Uh-huh.
your mom had to be a superhero. And it's incredible what she did on her own. The woman is a saint. She's going to be canonized for sure. Um, but like,
All
because she
right.
had to deal with you.
That's true.
But like, you know, it's not the way it should be. There should be a father being a father.
Hmm.
It sucks that so many men have abandoned their duty of being the guardian and protector of a family. And I just do want to say that I do believe men are the leaders of their household, but I think it's in the biblical sense, where Jesus established at the Last Supper that the leader is the greatest servant. And that's what a man is. A man is the leader of the household by being the greatest servant. They sacrifice the time, they go out, they get the money so that the woman has a choice if she wants to stay home or not. And that's what I believe. I don't believe a woman should stay home. I don't believe a woman should be out. I want it to be her choice, but the man should make sure that he can give her that choice.
So you're officially saying you are pro-choice as a
No.
Cut the
pertains to
video.
a woman.
Cut the video.
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, no, I just it's something that because I have found that the closer we get, the more Abby wants to stay home.
Yeah.
She loves that classic wife
She
lifestyle.
does.
She does and she doesn't. Abby's complicated in that way that like she is a very ambitious woman who knows what she wants and she's very good at her job. However, she has definitely started realizing that a job is a job, but being a mother is a vocation.
Mm.
Like that it's our purpose in life to raise this kid. Um and that the job is wonderful and that like you can love being good at something and you can love that it lets you get money, but at the end of the day my purpose in life is not to be the greatest actor or the greatest BCBA or make some slam dunk discovery about behaviorism. It's to raise this kid. And in some ways that's incredibly freeing, in other ways it's terrifying.
And that's why I don't even have a dog. Because my greatest purpose in life must be all about myself.
No, I don't want to put it that way because like
No.
you as an actor, Dom,
Mm.
could make so much difference in the world.
Mm.
So it really isn't about yourself. It is what we're called to do. Not everyone's called to do the same things. I'm not saying you're not called to get married and have kids. That's my prayer for you that one day you have that just when you are ready for it, when you're called for it. I think you guys would both be amazing husbands and fathers. But it needs to happen when you're called to it, not you shouldn't feel pressured to do it. That's how you get into bad situations, when you feel pressured.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's true.
I wouldn't think of it as selfish. Having ambition and doing things isn't selfishness. It just follow your drive. It was given to you for a reason.
Well said.
Everything I say is well said. I'm a genius.
Well said, well said, well said. All right.
That leads me to our topic today.
It says some an expression on your face.
I wanted to discuss kind of a story thing today. Speaking of, Dom's writing his story. I'm writing my books.
Uh-huh.
Jamal is writing a memoir about his
Wow.
wacky adventures with me and Dom. That's probably a joke, but if he is,
He is writing
called
some
it.
sort of plan though
Oh, really?
for
Okay.
his for your theater project.
Oh, what did you say?
Some sort of plan.
Oh, plan. I heard land, and
I
was
actually
like,
heard land. I didn't hear land.
He's going
I
into
heard
property.
yeah.
He's gonna make more money than
He's
all of
making
us.
a plan. Yeah, for real. He's making a plan. He just gets rich off of making autism theaters.
Okay, all right. I want to discuss today because I watched the Stranger Thing. I don't know. I was doing Trump hand things here.
I watched the Stranger Things.
I watched the Stranger Things finale, and
Wait.
On
Hold
the
on.
mic.
Hold on. Yeah. You're first your mic. But if
what-
you say anything about this
spoilers.
finale right now, I swear to God,
Did you watch
Joshua, I'm watching it right now. I'm gonna
Okay.
finish it like tomorrow.
No, I'm gonna stay as spoiler free as possible. Don't worry.
All right.
I'm not spoiling things. Don't worry. Now, I guess I should say this. We may be spoiling other shows that are older. Is my mic better, by the way?
Yes. It's not as good as ours.
It's because I don't have it close to me. Because there, is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I apologize, everyone. There may be spoilers for shows like Avatar, Full Metal Alchemist, Arcane, things like that have been out for a while. But we'll put that in the description of something. But no, this was more inspired by Stranger
No, I won't.
Things.
Okay.
I will say I mostly liked the finale of Stranger Things. I think it relied too much on feelings and not a lot on actual good storytelling. That's all I'll really say about that. But it did get me thinking, what's the deal with endings these days?
I love that he added that soundbite in. You know, he knows what he's doing. You see that?
Mm-mm.
It got me thinking, what's the deal with endings these days? It's like we put the title of the new section right there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems like every other year or so, we're getting a disappointing ending.
To something great.
All you have to do is go on YouTube right now and you can see 13 video essays about how Stranger Things dropped the ball. I don't think they really dropped the ball, but you're gonna find them.
Game
I've seen it too.
of Thrones.
Well, Game of Thrones is a huge example that I'm going to get to, but I wanted to kind of explore: is it that we are worse at writing endings these days, or if people in general, us as the audience, can't handle endings as well?
I can tell you my opinion.
Both.
Because I saw a lot of videos about the Stranger Things finale, and I cleared off of it right away.
Let's say why.
But it was like these people talking about 30 minutes into the finale, and they're 20 minutes, and they're getting upset the longer it goes. But I think what it is with this day and age of media, so many people have different opinions. For example, One Piece, right? So many people have different opinions of how a show is going to end, and the director or the writer might come up with different ways so that it's okay, well, you didn't guess it, so now I got to figure out another way, and because for example, One Piece, everyone has an opinion of how One Piece is going to end, and thankful for him, he comes up with different routes and different ways to get around it. But the way One Piece might end might suck because there's so many different theories of how it's going to end. And if it is one of them, it's well, we saw that coming from a mile away. Or if it isn't one of them, then it's well, how else can I make it so that it's not what you already guessed? That's my opinion of why some shows, especially good shows that have a long running, suck at endings.
They get pushed into one of those two categories, expected or too far out to make sense.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Didn't feel earned.
Yeah.
I think that's because
Who better to lead us than Brian?
Let's start with Game of Thrones. I am a huge Game of Thrones fan. I love the show. I love the books. Maybe one day he'll finish. George R. R. Martin. If for some reason you're watching our podcast, I believe in you, man.
You got it.
the only reason we get upset is because we love you,
Mm,
and we think you can be up there with Tolkien. Just finish the
no.
series. um, but I think the Game of Thrones ending is horrible. However, I don't disagree with the direction. I disagree with that none of it felt earned. I didn't
It
really have a
was rushed.
problem. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with like Daenerys going crazy and doing the stuff. I felt like that was in the cards. It just was so rushed and out of nowhere, and it just felt like they just were like, "All right, we got a Star Wars thing, so let's speed run this."
Yeah.
Um,
I guess there's several reasons the ending can suck, but
yeah, but I think that was less the audience misinterpreting it or like not liking an ending, and more just that was just a bad ending. It just was not
Yeah.
handled well.
yeah, that
Nothing
was
felt
pretty.
earned, and it just kind
Jon
of
Snow
like,
left.
oh, don't even get me started on how they handled the White Walkers. So dumb, so dumb. Um, but like it does kind of feel like every ending we get isn't even a real ending. You know, like Game of Thrones ended, and then they're like, "But wait, there's more." Or Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of the best animated endings we've ever gotten. Um, it wasn't really an ending because we got Korra, which had a horrible ending. And
Oh well.
that leads me to my point. I think maybe one of the reasons we hate endings so much is because everything's an expanded universe. Everything has a, well, what happened before? Well, what happened after? What did their children do? Naruto is a pretty good ending. I know there's some people who disagree with how we got to that ending, but the ending
war
is
was
not a good ending.
The war was like half great, half waste of time.
Look, the getting to the ending was rough, but the actual ending of Naruto was okay.
You mean like the last
Suck
episode?
Too. No, like he's talking about. Are you talking about with the
Sasuke versus Naruto?
No, the what's her name?
Kaguya?
Are you talking about Kaguya?
No,
I think he's talking about literally the last.
I mean, like
where
literally
Naruto's-
the resolution
yeah.
between Naruto and Sasuke was good.
Oh, that okay, that yes.
Yeah.
I thought because I think it should have ended after the war. We shouldn't even had. I feel like we shouldn't even had her come into it. I just
Should have just been Madara.
Yeah.
The village should have
What was
been
the point?
Obito or Madara.
yeah.
And then maybe a hint towards something in the
Yeah.
background. And then
Kaguya
if you
should
want to
have
do
been the
Boruto,
villain
then you
of,
can have him show up.
Boruto. Not to get too technical for our audience, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But like, I think the Naruto ending is pretty good. And then Boruto
Right.
comes along and just starts going crazy.
It
I heard it's good though.
is pretty good.
I heard it started off rough.
Because
I
if
don't
you
like
watch
it
the anime,
because-
it's just a whole bunch of filler.
I don't like it because, well, I don't want to get too much into this, but I just feel like it just should have ended. Like just ended where like just boom, done. It's good. Or even one of my favorites, Arcane. It's not really an ending because I mean, there's going to be the League Extended Universe, the League of Legends Extended Universe. That's the ending of that story, and I appreciate that they had the guts to be like, it's 2 seasons, that's it. That's the end of some of these characters, which I really appreciate. I thought that took a lot of guts to do. But even that really isn't an ending. It's more of a beginning, really. And then don't even get me started on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is just a never-ending story.
And it is comic books.
And that's my biggest problem with comic books. I'm a huge comic book fan, but one of the things that really destroys my interest in comic books is that none of it really matters. When they go like, "Oh, Batman's getting married," I'm like, "No, he's not. No, he's not." they're gonna either chicken out or they're gonna find something 8 years down the road and make the devil come in, and Batman's gonna be like, "I need to save my aunt," or like that's a reference to Spider-Man. I'm sorry, I hate. That
I need to
comic
save my aunt. I have to do it.
I must destroy my marriage. I'll sacrifice it to the devil.
One thing I do love about before we get back into the other ones, but MCU, The ending of Infinity Endgame or whatever you want to call it. I think that was a decent close.
That's the closest.
Well, that's why
you
so
can
many
get.
people
And it's where
stopped
it
after
probably
that.
should have stopped. But I do love that they did expand the universe to give people who don't or aren't into comic books or superheroes a chance to experience it virtually. So that's good. But I do think they went about it like totally wrong. I think they did too fast, especially with MCU, because they went to a whole bunch of different TV shows, a whole bunch of different like little shorts that combine into big movies, and then the movies don't work as well because you have to watch all the shows. But now I do think they're trying to get back onto a track of kind of the Thanos-y universe realm.
Doomsday
really
was
a bummer.
promising. I saw the Thor teaser and I was like, okay, you got me.
This
Because
is
that
a
was
bummer,
the Thor
guys.
I wanted.
I'm just saying, like, if you realize Infinity War came in, what, 2018?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2019 was Endgame. So they really had like a 10, 11 year thing. And we're building up to that since like really dang
2008,
early.
Really? I mean, that's when Iron Man came out, 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you count Iron Man, but like
Really
build up
should
to
be the
Thanos being a person since
2012. I
yeah,
think.
2012, the end of the first Avengers movie. And then 6, 7 years later, that story came to an end. We're already about to be 2016. We're already 8 years into this, and I don't care about anything that's happened yet
No.
at all.
I think
Yeah.
Fantastic Four is the first one to
I'm like, but it wasn't even that I
start a
cared
new
what was
one.
happening. I cared that they were there. I was like, oh, so then something's actually going to happen because the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four are here.
Yeah, no, the ball was really dropped, and I know that a lot of it's blamed on Jonathan Majors, but
No.
Well, not his fault.
The problems were there.
They said they were already planning it.
The problems were like Ant-Man 3 was bad. Ant-Man 3 was just bad. I'm sorry.
I didn't even see
Ant-Man
it.
3.
It's so
Quantum
bad.
Mania.
Yeah.
It is weird that he like struggled against just Ant-Man,
Yeah,
and all of a
no,
sudden you're
that
supposed to believe that King
would
is
be
a threat.
Terrible. It would be terrible if they
But
done
Ant-Man
that with-
beat him with ants.
So stupid. But why do some endings work and others don't? I'm going to use this example. Brandon Sanderson, amazing writer. One of the best writers of our generation and probably just one of the best American writers. He stepped in when, unfortunately and tragically, Robert Jordan, the writer of Wheel of Time, passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And he handled the last 3 books. 3 books?
Yeah.
3 books, yeah. Of The Wheel of Time. And he did a very good job. It is probably one of the best endings of a novel I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Which, with Wheel of Time, if you've read it, you could realize how tough of an ending that was to write.
It was probably just the most intimidating thing ever.
And he did an incredibly good job. Like, he did great. But I don't think he did a great job doing the mid ending. And by mid, I don't mean not good. I mean like the middle ending of the Stormlight saga. I think he really had trouble bringing that to a close. So we see how hard endings actually are if a writer as good as Brandon Sanderson struggles with it as well. This isn't just a thing of like bad Hollywood writers or something like that. This is something that like truly good writers struggle with. Now you could make the argument that the 5th Stormlight book isn't really the ending.
It's like a intermission.
Yeah. I didn't enjoy how it was handled, but I mean that's just me. I think a part of us hates endings.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to say that.
I think we don't want them to come, but we need them to come.
Interesting wording.
To quote another Brandon Sanderson thing, one of the villains of one of his books says, "A thing doesn't truly have meaning if it doesn't end." What is you guys' thoughts on that?
I agree.
No. God will never end, and He has all the meanings. So I don't.
I'm thinking more in a narrative sense. Jamal, can you expand on why you agree with that?
I agree because it's the way we think of life, right? That everything has a purpose, but what's the purpose if it doesn't come to a conclusion?
You do want that nice little bow on top, I suppose. But people, like you said, Josh, people don't like endings. I feel like people love to live in the moment. Like when Star Wars first came out, people could be like, "What happens next? What happens next?" Or Lord of the Rings when those books first came out. Wow, how is this going to ever end? How are they ever going to get to Mount Doom? But when they get there, even if someone loves it, they now realize the journey is over. And you start to look for something else, or you start to wonder what else could have happened, or you start to hope like, oh, maybe there will be a continuation of this thing. And then, of course, you're usually inevitably disappointed because this thing is meant to be its own closed bubble. Mm-hmm. And you struck gold. That's what happened with Avatar Last Airbender. They hadn't intended to make anything else, but they were begged to for years, and they relented. And what do you know? People did not like that show nearly as much. And it's not because they just forgot how to write.
No,
it's because
right.
It wasn't Avatar The Last Airbender.
Exactly. I think that's what it is. People are in love with such a, for example, Avatar, right? People are in love with Aang. People are in love with the crew. It's just Toph, Katara. They're in love with them. Then when you go to Legend of Korra, which I talk trash about Korra nonstop because I am a huge Aang fan. Yeah. But Korra is not a bad show. Let me just say it right off the rip. It is not a bad show. The ending is kind of obscure, but the show itself was actually really decent. Like
seasons 1 and 2 are some of my favorite animated seasons.
Yeah, you did say that.
I feel like if it came out closer to when Avatar ended, it might have not have gotten as much discredit as it does.
It did, yeah. If it had just flowed naturally. Yeah. If it was like a Pokemon, you look at Pokemon, everyone always knew the next one was coming.
Yeah.
So people have their favorite seasons, but now that's over, and they try to start with new people. Like, who the heck are these people? I
will admit to being the ultimate hypocrite when it comes to this. I'm a person who claims that things need endings, but I can tell you anytime something new Avatar comes out, I'm there.
Facts.
For real.
Same with Star Wars. Like, so many people were like, Star Wars should have ended after 6 or Star Wars should have ended after 3. And I'm like, maybe, probably.
Yeah,
I'm
but as
still
soon
gonna
as
watch the new animated show coming out. I'm gonna watch Ahsoka season 2. I'm gonna like
if George Lucas announced, hey, they asked me to make a new trilogy and I'm in charge, no one's gonna be like, nah.
And I'm
nah, 3 is probably good.
I'll put it this way: when God of War ended, I'm a huge God of War fan, and God of War 3 came out. I was
fantastic,
like,
actually.
That's the perfect ending for Kratos. I don't really want anything else. But then they released God of War 2000. What was it? 2016, 2017,
2018, right?
Maybe. I have no idea. I can't remember. But Dom remembers. I went crazy over that.
Yeah.
And even
I would argue that maybe if that was the new ending of Kratos in the 5th game, then maybe they should have just kept it there. But whatever.
Yeah, I was not a fan of Ragnarok personally. But again, if they release another God of War game,
we'll be there anyway.
I'm going to be there. Like, the thing is that, like, same with, like, I think the Stranger Things ending was really good for most of the characters. But when they announced that there's going to be a spinoff show, I was like, even though I don't think they should be doing that, I'm going to be there. I think the only show I've ever been able to control myself on was Walking Dead, because I had read the comics, and after a certain point in the comics, I just checked out, and I knew that they were going in that direction with the show, and I was like, should have ended after the governor.
Well, let me ask you guys this. What would you rather have? And I know where I would land. If I had known, actually, I don't know where I land, but I know where I would think I would land. Would you rather have an absolutely terrible ending to something you love that you feel like ruins it, or never get the ending?
See, I was That was my next question.
Oh, that's so hard.
Because it goes to the Patrick Rothfuss like Name of the Wind. 2 of those books dang near 10 out of 10s. But if the third book finally does come out, like let's say this year, and it's a 5 out of 10, it kind of ruins it. If it never comes out, like, well, Patrick Rothfuss is still one of the greatest authors. What a bummer he never lets it out. Or George R.R. Martin, man, what a legendary author. He won't let out Winds of Winter. But if it comes out and it sucks,
I think
what would you prefer?
Have a closing. And I have 2 examples.
But this is, see, I know what you mean, but let me just preface it right before you answer with this. I'm not saying a closing that you don't know will be bad or good. I'm saying something that ends up being terrible.
Like we're talking like Mass Effect 3 level of take your choice away from you.
I didn't actually mind Mass Effect 3 as much, but yes, I mean like that something that's truly, and you know it's going to be bad versus I'd rather dive into the unknown and hope for the best. I would obviously I'd prefer to do that because I prefer to let you
to dive into
take a swing at it.
Oh.
Or do that, whatever you want to use. But if I know it's going to be terrible, I don't know.
I'd rather it be terrible because for example, 2 examples, right? One that if it ended right now, I'd be pissed off. Is the Fourth Wing.
Next book's the last one.
Even if it was, I don't care. But because it ends.
Oh, if
this
it ends
last
right
book
here.
ends on a cliffhanger, and it's if I don't get a finish, you know what I mean? Like then it's going to be a problem. Like I don't care if it sucks. I don't care what it is. You can't leave off on such a good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And don't give me anything to follow up with it. Now, if it bugs me, but on the other end, and I know a lot of people might disagree. Percy Jackson, right? The movie, anyway, or not even Percy, any movie. You can say any movie. I don't like it when a movie is supposed to have multiple movies. The first movie doesn't do well, and it just stops because I don't like cliffhangers. I think that's what it is. I just don't like cliffhangers. There's a movie. That I watched. I can't even think of the name of it, but it's a huge cliffhanger at the end. Not a huge cliffhanger, but you know that there's supposed to be a second movie. And I Am Number 4. If you never read or watched I Am Number 4, right? I read I Am Number 4 growing up. I love that book. The movie did suck, but the book series is fantastic. But I Am Number 4 ends on a cliffhanger, and it's supposed to be something else that occurs. And it's the beginning of something huge. The first movie is so small compared to what the series is.
Yeah.
So it's like you ruin something, and you don't even give the second one a chance, knowing that it only gets better as it goes.
That's what they try to do with Percy Jackson. The first one, people got upset because Annabeth wasn't blonde. They were like 16. They changed some things here and there. Like, okay, we'll do it again. We'll try another shot. And then people reacted even worse.
Well, see, that's what I hate with the movie, because if you messed up in the first movie, and I even messed up, if you change something in the first movie, for example, Annabeth, don't just dramatically change it in the second one and be like, oh, that was like how it was forever. Like, no.
Just act like it was.
Yeah.
Oh, you stop. At least be like, you stopped dyeing your hair. Yeah.
Something. You just made it seem like that was her. Yeah, exactly.
She's just blonde.
But how do you feel, Joshua?
What would you prefer?
Oh, it's so tough. I hate not having answers or an ending. So I gotta go with even the bad one. But that's a bad choice.
Like, what if Warhammer 40,000? Like, okay, we're bringing it to an end. It has its own end times, but this is the end. Like, there's nothing else, and it's absolutely atrocious. They like spit in the face of all the other characters versus living in this one moment forever, never getting to know what it would be like.
Well, we kind of got that with the OG fantasy, and I actually
even though they have a continuation.
I'm actually a supporter of the Warhammer End Times. I don't like a lot of the decisions they made, and I definitely wouldn't count it in a good ending.
Okay.
But I've read their books. An ending is better than nothing.
Would you like that ending if there was no Age of Sigmar? Would you have preferred if it was just not ended? If that was truly the ending.
Personally, this is going to be a hot take. My brother's going to be mad at me. I don't really like Age of Sigmar anymore. I play it because my brother plays it, and it has really good rules. But I still hold to that Warhammer Fantasy just does a better job with the world.
Okay.
Where Age of Sigmar still has a lot of growth. It has really cool ideas, but
That they haven't set in stone well enough
the
yet.
The world doesn't quite feel lived in yet.
Makes sense. I've heard that a lot. So it should have ended right then and there.
But you know, this is a thing. There are some stories that are supposed to be forever stories.
That is true.
Like comic books,
Warhammer, Pokemon.
Even though that ended.
Yeah, but I mean, like
it could have been forever.
He's just 10 for the next 50 years.
For a million years. Yeah. Legend of Zelda. A lot of video games are forever stories. Mario.
Final Fantasy.
Like we're probably not going to see like meaningful Mario development, really. Like, and like some of that's fine. They have to be approached in a different way. I don't think it's fair to judge them. I do judge comic books rather unfairly. I will be totally honest. But I think it's because most superhero comics try to give the illusion of development, but it's not, they don't want it to actually develop.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man's a perfect example. You've heard on the show our stance on the Spider-Man thing. I think Batman struggles with a similar problem. I think Batman still has better writers, thank God.
For now.
Batman does struggle with that.
Well, Batman, he does and he doesn't.
Not the same level as Spider-Man.
Because Batman is one of the ones where he is like almost a measuring stick. Batman for all of comics, because he has characters that have aged. If it was like some of these people,
that's why it's moving. I'm sorry, that's all right. Not an earthquake.
But if it behaved like some of these comics, we'd still have Dick Grayson as a 10-year-old Robin.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I was getting at.
Like, they've grown older. They have their own storylines, their own people. Bruce is like, I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm like, what is this?
Even when Batman comics do things I don't like, when they like took away all of his money and made him like be living out of a garage, basically.
Yeah.
I hated that, but I at least I respect that they tried something new, or like killing Alfred and actually trying to keep him dead. I don't know.
That sucked, but yeah.
I don't know if he's still dead. I don't like that they did that, but I at least respect that they're trying something where like Spider-Man just seems like a constant like thing to keep him as failure college
miserable.
And it's just bad. It's just bad. This is not the Spider-Man podcast. I'm so sorry. I just love Spider-Man so much.
As he should be. My thing with Batman is, I think I talk a lot of crap about Batman only because he's not a superhero, but
he's the GOAT.
I mean, he's awesome. I'm not gonna lie. To be honest, he is a really good character.
Like 1,000.
You see how growth I am right now?
Well, that's crazy if you say out loud.
He is a really good character. But my problem with Batman is that, like you were saying, Robin, there's been like 100 Robins. I'm being dramatic, but there's so many different Robins. And I mean, there's other like Batman versions, but I don't like it when Batman grows and then there's so many different renditions or different remakes that take precedent. I do not like it because we see growth and then we go back, and then we see growth and then we go back. And that's the one thing I don't like. It's better than Spider-Man because we don't really see growth at all. And
when we do
see growth, exactly. But
I
it's
guess
like,
you kind of see it, but you always see Spider-Man's growth within that normal story archetype, whether it's a new video game or a new movie. It's the same version of a same story where like maybe he starts in high school and he gets to college and he starts fighting, and then they erase that. Back in high school, he goes to college, marries someone this time, gets rid of that, back to high school. Like, it's that versus they tried to do it with Batman and they realized, wow, we have too many characters. Like, Red Hood can't exist if Batman's too young, so they just can't make him young again.
Yeah.
But then they try to do it with the New 52 where they just make everybody lose their memories, or they'll have like Superman doesn't have a family anymore. He's just Superman.
Yeah,
what?
You know, it is really, really, really. That's a problem for all comic books as a whole, unless like, you know, your independent stuff like Hellboy or
Mephisto, save us.
You know, like something like that where like it's a clear defined story. One of my favorite is Fables that was like in Vertigo.
The games?
No. I do love the game Fable, but there's a comic book called Fables.
Oh,
I think it's by Bill Willingham. I'm sorry if I butchered that. He wrote for Vertigo. It's the thing that Wolf Among Us is based off of, the video game.
another great game.
That is a great story. Like, it's just a good. It runs for, I think, 150 comics. There's some spinoffs, and I think he came back and did like a 12 comic run in 2022 that I need to read. But like, it's a story that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I think we're starting to see those become more popular. What with The Boys, which I hate, and Invincible, which I love. Of like a story now, Invincible's starting to get to the point where I think he relaunched it. I don't know what he's doing with the comics.
Yeah.
But like, I love those comic books and manga, especially, for having a beginning and middle and end in mind. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, or just the manga, is my favorite ending I think ever. I love the ending.
It's very good.
Of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Code Geass is really good.
I was just about to say that.
Even if you take the movies, it's still really good.
The thing that I want to talk about is that an ending doesn't have to be satisfying to be good.
No.
That is what people, I think, sometimes, because like the ending of Code Geass is not satisfying.
Bro, it hurts.
But same with a book series I love, the first trilogy of the First Law series. The ending of that trilogy is not satisfying. I don't know if you remember, but I came out and was like ranting to you, Dom, about it.
Yeah.
But actually, it was Jamal, because you had graduated. Poor Jamal just had to deal with that. I think I texted you
Aww.
for it. But like, it is a very unsatisfactory ending, but it hits like a truck. So endings don't have to be good to be good. You can have rough endings. The thing, I think, look at Shakespeare. Like, the ending,
and now they're dead.
The ending of Othello, or the ending of Othello, is not satisfactory in the slightest. Like, yeah, Iago gets sent away to like a prison camp or something,
which is crazy.
But like, his damage is already done.
Yeah.
Desdemona and Otello are both dead. Like, I guess they saved Cassio, but his best friend is dead, and his best friend died thinking that he like ruined his life, and like, that's a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and Macbeth, oh my goodness.
Yeah, Macbeth.
The good guys win, but you don't feel like anyone won.
Like, this sucks.
Because you watched a noble man be destroyed by
his wife.
Well, also his own ambition, but yeah,
his wife. He didn't want to do it.
Again, endings, I think that's the thing. If an ending's too perfect, it actually it doesn't feel very good.
I don't know. Some of them are pretty decent.
Well, I mean, like, when everybody,
like, Full Metal Alchemist is dang near perfect.
What I mean is, like, by
survived.
perfect, I mean like everyone survived, everything's fine, there's no consequences. And sometimes not everything has to be answered. I was talking with a friend about the ending of Wheel of Time, and some of my friends say it's a horrible ending because the Song-Chan aren't dealt with.
The Shan-Chan, yeah.
And I was...
Don't give too much away to Jamal. I'm trying to break him down and make him read the series.
But I told him, like, but that's realistic in the sense that, like, the world wasn't made perfect. It's like, if you turned World War II into a novel, there would still be the USSR, like, still around at the end of it. That wouldn't be a plot thread that was perfectly tied up.
You can assume maybe they're defeated at some point. Because, or maybe
I like to imagine
that
they
one
become
character
better because of the influence of a certain
character. Yeah, that's what I like to think, and things go to good. Or I guess the guy who's walking around secretly could step in at some point if things got too bad.
Maybe,
but
who knows? But again, like, it's so hard. And again, even a perfect
Maybe.
ending, quote unquote, I bet you anything. There's people out there who don't like the ending of Full Metal Alchemist or don't like the ending of Return of the King.
I know they are.
Which,
Yeah.
can we talk about Return of the King for a moment?
Return of the King. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
what
goodness.
amazing
Everything
ending.
is earned. It's beautiful. And like,
Yeah.
I,
That's one where they survive and you're like, thank God.
but even then, like, lots of characters die.
Yeah.
And like the thing, it doesn't feel unearned. Like when Legolas and Gimli survive, you're not feeling like, well, of course they survived. You're just more like, phew.
Exactly. Like, oh goodness. That was close.
Yeah, like the way Tolkien writes, you definitely.
Yeah. It's more simple, but I mean, if you look at the novel, everyone was just about to die until right at the last minute. Boop.
And you almost are
Frodo!
convinced that Frodo's not going to make it. Like, you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, this is a one-way trip. It's over.
Oh yeah, when they realize like Frodo did it, and then the mountain starts to explode, they're like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, the movies did a really good job of
The Eagles.
and like another C.S. Lewis at the ending of Narnia.
Yeah,
Like that ending should not work.
it does though.
Yeah, it does. That's the thing. Like,
It really
like,
does.
can you imagine trying to tell someone the ending of the last battle? And just being
It would
like,
be hard to explain if they don't know anything about Narnia in the first place.
but yeah, it's just like, and then God came down, fixed everything, and they went to heaven. That's a really simplified and bad thing of it. Do not take that as what really happens. It's so much.
Yeah,
more
it's a
than
little
that.
more than that.
But
Yeah.
like, I don't know many writers that could tackle that and make it earned and work. C.S. Lewis was really in a class of his own.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Also, his ending of his sci-fi series, which I highly suggest, that's some of his best work. The ending to That Hideous Strength is one of the most crazy bonkers ending I've ever read. And I was like, this shouldn't work, but it does.
I have not read that.
It's crazy, man. I don't even know how to begin explaining it. I couldn't even spoil it if I wanted to. Like, it's just crazy. You're like, what is
I gotta look it up.
happening?
I've got to look it up. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm actually a little nervous about is the ending. I already know the ending to my series. I've had it since we were in college. I've had the ending, and I've worked on it in like certain lines and stuff. But I've always wondered, like, even if I knock it out of the park and like this is the most popular of all the movies and people love the ending, I just know there are going to be people who are just completely upset that it ended.
Yeah.
Like, man, this could have went for 10 movies. And I'm like, well, yeah. But not everything needs to go on forever. Now, I think some of the older stuff, you mentioned Narnia or Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, people, because keep in mind, we're also in the internet age. So you have someone's reactions immediately, which obviously influence you.
Yeah.
Even when I was a kid, I had like the influence of maybe my mom who was watching something with me, and we both loved the ending of the Avatar. But if Avatar Last Airbender came out today, you know there'd be people complaining about Zuko should have ended up with Qatar and it ruined the story, or I don't know, like the fight with the Fire Lord, it just didn't hit the way it was supposed to, and then you have 10,000 retweets.
Yeah.
Versus
and we like to pretend
people
that doesn't affect us, but it does.
But it does.
100% does.
And you do your best to make it not affect you. But it always does to some degree. It may affect you in a completely different way where you just hate these people's opinions and surge with your own even more.
Yeah, and then
But imagine reading Lord of the Rings when it came out. You had yourself in the room and your inner voice reading the book. And then after you finished the book, you either liked it or you didn't like it or you loved it, whatever the case was. So
my opinions were truly my own.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. I didn't think about that, but that is so true. Because one thing with the Stranger Things finale, I made sure we watched it immediately, and I did not go on the internet once before it came out because I wanted to form my own opinions, totally unbiased from it. And I definitely think that if I had seen all these things, like, because I mean, so many of the videos on YouTube right now are like, blah 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 blah, like it dropped the ball, it failed, and that would have made me go into it expecting
with expectations,
it to fail. Where like, and I'll totally admit, I'm going to be as non-spoilery as possible. Don't worry, Jamal.
Okay.
That finale, I did not enjoy the climax, but the epilogue part of it, like the falling action, was written for me. It was written for me. Someone who saw the first season in 2016, I believe it was 2016, and
Maybe.
it's written for me. Like audience, you don't know this, but like I was the DM for our D&D thing that we played together. So like seeing them play together, talking about that stuff, and seeing that, I started watching Stranger Things before I met these guys, or I had just met Dom actually. Um,
Met Jamal before that.
true,
Technically.
but like me and Dom had just become friends
Yeah.
at that point where I started to watch Stranger Things, and I started watching Stranger Things before I would meet three of the most influential people in my life. My wife and
I
these
was
two
like,
guys.
who's the third?
Well, you
Eric.
two guys. Yeah, I was like you two guys together.
And Ben.
Would no, yes, Ben, but like the three people who like I spend so much time with. My wife,
Yeah.
Dom, and Jamal. Like
Maki. Oh.
well, Maki's right here in front of me. That's why I keep doing this. He's just passed out and kicking the keyboard off the desk as
Excellent.
we speak.
Good technique.
Good technique. But yes, continue. I'm sorry.
So the show was really hammering that feeling in, and like, blah blah blah. Like when people have to start saying bye to each other, I have experienced it. I've had to say bye to you guys. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Yeah.
And so it was really hammering my feelings. I'll totally admit that. So I am being very, very generous for the story failings. There are some serious ones. However, that ending
Oh, great.
helped.
It's gonna be. It was all a dream. They
No.
were actually DMing a game.
That'd be crazy.
People
it was a game
people
of
were
D&D.
saying that might be a thing. And I was
Yeah.
like, that'd be the worst mistake they could ever make.
None of it happened.
We talked about endings. I feel like that is the worst.
It
of
never
worst.
happened.
Yeah.
I've seen it work a couple times, but only if there's like a hint that maybe it did and they just think it didn't.
Unless it starts off like with a hint of it.
Yeah,
I think that's
or
the
one of the ones
worst.
where it did happen, but no one else knows it happened. Only they know.
Yeah.
The Polar Express kind of thing, the Zathura,
Those could work.
where it's like, what do you mean
Done
you went to
right.
space? Oh, yeah, thanks, kiddo. Yeah, we just got back home from work and you went over to outer space. I did. Okay, I was in the house.
Or it's like
Jumanji.
Or it's like everyone, kind of like that. Like, oh, okay, you did all this, but now you got to forget everything that you ever done because just have to.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
So, question. The cat's moving everything. I'm sorry. Maki, you are not being as well.
It was all a dream.
The camera's now going down, so I have to do this.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because he's leaning up against the screen. Maki, you're being a menace. You're being a menace. He's refusing.
Dennis
to
the
move.
Menace.
He's refusing.
That's
to
love
move.
right
All
there.
There's one thing, because like I struggle with endings. These guys know they've played my campaigns. They know that I struggle with endings quite a bit, and eventually I'm going to write the end. I'm working on it right now. You guys,
We all die.
yeah, no.
Tried.
Lando the Great.
Tried so many times.
But I think I'm trying to get better about writing endings. For me, my struggle with writing endings is I hate giving sad endings to people. I know that sounds weird with all the sadness I have in my story, but I personally believe that there has to be some tragedy in an ending for it to work, especially if it's a big epic adventure. The idea that everyone comes out unscathed and everyone gets a good ending is crazy to me. I just can't stand it, because I'm like, don't get me wrong, I hate tragedy as much as the next guy. I was so mad when Boromir died in the Fellowship of the Ring. I was like, what? But that was such a big moment for me, because I realized, like, if you're gonna do a big epic adventure, the idea that people all walk out totally fine is crazy. there needs to be sacrifice and there needs to be a price for victory and something epic. Now, obviously, you can have a story where everyone comes out okay,
And it work.
like especially if it's like
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, it's a kid's show at the end of the day. We can all enjoy it, but like it's not like they were gonna make Sokka get like blown up by Fire Lord Ozai. Like that would be like maybe more realistic, but it's not. Luckily, they also didn't do a situation
burned
where
at the
that would
stake
happen. The person who fought the really dangerous person was the person who could handle it.
Yeah.
My problem
Sokka
is-
fights Ozai. Oh man, boomerang.
My problem is that when you have like when they're like, oh well, we need to go fight God, and everyone shows up, and somehow everyone walks away fine.
I'm about to spoil something for Jamal. My bad. Never mind.
Another perfect ending, in my opinion, is actually the ending of Final Fantasy X. I know not everyone agrees with me on that, but
Final Fantasy X was pretty great. I liked it, especially since in 10-2 they just undid it.
butchered it. Butchered it utterly.
I am back. Oh, okay.
Well, more just like I feel like I think you could actually make a sequel to that worked, but that was not it. That was not it.
Now we're cool girls. It was fun.
Speaking
It was
of struggling to end, how do we end this podcast?
I don't know, man.
I know.
Are
But
we ending here?
before we do,
I'm not saying we
I
I'm just
have-
more transitioning. I think we've said everything we can say about that.
there's
Not
one
him.
ending that I really, it's not even an ending. We talked about it. This is a hill I'm going to die on.
Oh, okay. Hill, you're going to die on. It continues.
Hunter x Hunter sucks.
What?
I think it has the hugest growth and chance of huge success. But when Hunter x Hunter came out, there were so many people talking about how this is the best anime ever. Oh, Hunter x Hunter is great. Da 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 da. But there's nothing to this story. Like, there's a lot of growth and everything. But first off, it's nowhere near ending, right? Well, we don't know what's going to happen. This is, I don't know if there's the manga, whatever, but in anime form, we don't know what's going to happen. The people that were saying this is one of the best anime, you don't know what's happening because we only touched like 1% of what's supposed to happen with that little ants or whatnot. And we still have a whole world that has not even been touched. And everyone's like, this is the best anime ever. And it's not because you don't know what's going to happen. And I think that's what's killing me is that everyone boosts this anime up. And I watched it and I was like, this anime sucks. Because yes, it has huge potential. It's huge potential. But for someone to be like, this anime is really great.
Yeah.
It's not.
It reminds me of when people were saying My Hero Academia.
Whoa.
Like episode 60 was the best anime ever
on.
and like better than the
Whoa.
big three. I was like, do you know where we were in like
Exactly.
Naruto or Bleach or
Whoa,
One Piece?
You
60
can't
episodes in.
compare My Hero Academia to Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is in the
At
top
least,
three.
at least, Hunter x Hunter is amazing. For what we have, it's one of the best ever. As a show, I'd still probably put My Hero Academia above it. Only because it ended. We got it. That's like if Full Metal Alchemist ended like at Fort Briggs, and I'm like, well, what the heck happens? But wasn't it great while it lasted? Yeah, but screw you guys. I want to know. That's like if they ended the Into the Spider-Verse stuff here.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
I'm
I'm
the
pissed
series
now.
sucks.
I'm pissed when it was
If we
a
ended Lord of the
strike.
Rings at Two Towers, I'm still pissed.
I don't
Okay.
know. Hunter x Hunter is one
Like
of the best.
yeah, it absolutely is for what you
No.
have. But when you only have like 30% of something, and that 30% is 10 out of 10, that's like if I were to have a 12-course meal and like I get 2 courses in, I'm like, this is stupidly good. I've never had food this good in my life. And someone's like, oh, sorry. Yeah, we had a whole bunch of other dishes for you, but we got, yeah, the guy in the back just died. So we just got, so you're going to have, hey, listen, let us know your review.
I think the
Okay, we-
Chimera Ant arc alone beats most.
Oh yeah, if we're looking
I
at
agree
just
with
arcs
you.
and stuff, yes.
But
it beats
Joshua,
most
can we
arcs.
agree? And I am saying it sucks because of how good
I
it
don't
is.
think it sucks. But
No,
yeah.
because it
But you're
has
saying
the
fact that
hugest, greatest potential. I think that show could be one of the best shows. But the fact that we got such a small piece that has a huge potential and it hasn't been anything. Not only has it not been anything, they did it before in like the 80s, 90s.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I agree.
Came
yeah,
here,
they didn't
did.
finish it.
I
Like,
agree
come
that the
on.
pace is bad, and it's sad why the pace is the way it is.
yes.
Well,
it
yes, that is unfortunate.
But I mean, I guess it kind of goes back to our cat. You were ruining everything. What
Yeah,
do you-
would you rather have the ending or never let it end?
yeah, that's tough.
Come on. Because I do like Hunter x Hunter. I think it
Yeah.
sucks because it's such a good show.
But I would
with
never put-
nothing else.
I would never put Naruto or Bleach under it
I would.
because Naruto and Bleach finished, and I liked the endings. I didn't like the ending of Bleach, like the last part of the ending.
I would.
I didn't
put-
like Kaguya.
my top three, 100% are. My top three anime of all time are One Piece #1, Hunter x Hunter #2, and JoJo #3.
Okay, so the reason I don't mind putting One Piece above it either, even though it's not done, is because I know it will finish. They're not going to be like, nah, actually,
Well,
let's just leave it here.
I mean,
I
think
don't
about it though. One Piece was in the big three.
They literally
before-
confirmed if he dies today, they'll still be able to finish it.
One Piece was in the big three like 20 years ago.
Yeah, for real.
And it was been going on for like 100 years. Like
Hunter x Hunter used to be a contemporary.
Hunter x
of
Hunter
those.
just. I don't want to get too much into it, but like Hunter x Hunter's just story for story stuff is just better than.
Oh yeah, if you look at the arcs of that stuff, you're like, dang, this Naruto arc can't compete with Greed Islands, but it's not. It's not done. When it's done, I'll give it its #1 set. It might be #1 to me. I know it might be a little controversial, but I really like Hunter x Hunter. I think all the characters are fleshed out. I think all the pacing of the arcs are fantastic. There's none that was just like, man, this arc started great, but I'm here for way too long. They all work. The power system
And that's not
makes
to say,
sense.
I really like Naruto and Bleach. They've definitely switched. I used to like Naruto more than Bleach. I definitely like Bleach more than Naruto now.
But is that because of Boruto?
yeah,
Okay. Well, okay.
Boruto.
It's one of that things where maybe you should have stopped.
Yeah, Boruto is really, really bothering me. I don't
Okay.
like how. I feel like it utterly disrespects the characters of Naruto and Sasuke, and it just really, and also just
Fair.
in general, like the final arc of Bleach has grown on me, where
It
the
is.
final arc of Naruto has
Degraded.
definitely gone down.
Mm. It did have some great moments, though.
It
That's
did.
one that was way too long.
It was
from
it
the
was.
war.
Cat, you are really starting to.
That war is terrible.
What the heck is
That
in this?
war was low key like a fan made thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
But even
forgot
here,
about the
as you
Seven
can
Swordsmen.
see-
Let's put them in too.
Yeah.
As you can see, audience, like even the tougher thing about endings is that people can have utterly different reads on an ending. That like you can talk to one person that you trust, and they're like, "That ending was horrible," and you can talk to another person that you trust, and they'd be like, "That ending was amazing." Like,
If the last episode of Hunter x Hunter was truly just the last, and they just decided to leave it up to your imagination, I'd probably put it in higher regard.
I would too.
If I didn't know there was a whole bunch of other stuff they just aren't doing.
yeah, I know that some people struggle with the idea of Hunter x Hunter that there's not one main character, which upsets
I
people.
guess so, yeah.
Because I know a lot of people when they finish the
Chimera Ant arc.
Chimera Ant arc and then move on to the manga and start reading it, they're like, why is this entirely focused on Kurapika instead of
As it should.
but like I think you have to go into Hunter x Hunter knowing that it is an ensemble main character of those four. I don't know when Leorio is going to have his day to shine, but apparently
Never.
it's going to be one day.
It's never now.
What the heck is he going to do?
Well,
I want to see what he does. Actually,
He kind of had a little bit of a cool moment. He was about to be the whole chairman before he
Yeah.
just didn't care anymore.
the Leorio does more during the arc after. It's more focused on Karapika and Leorio. But anyway, that's I don't want to get too much into that. This is supposed to be narrative stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, again, like I've
Had
met
the
people
time.
who like stand by the Mass Effect 3 ending.
Yeah. I've had people tell me that it actually did make a whole bunch of sense because he's already infected by them, so it alters his perception of the choices.
Yeah. Or
And now we know what the canon ending was, which is crazy.
some people love
Whatever.
Gears 5. Some people hate Gears 5. I'm one of those people that, for the most part, enjoyed Gears 5. I'm using a lot of video game references. It is just such a crazy thing to end your series, and at the end of the day, you have to do the ending that you like, and
Yes.
you
Yeah.
can't get too caught up in what everyone else likes. But that's a tough thing to do because dropping the ending. If anyone claims you dropped the ending, they can now make a 1 hour video essay and talk trash about you. When
Yeah.
back in the day, there was not that thing. Like, when we end our stuff one day, I hope there's not going to be a video essay going like, well, Josh Foster did it again. He ruined everything. And I can see why the theory of authors being afraid to finish their books, like Patrick Rothfuss and George R. R. Martin, even though those are not substantiated, those rumors are not. So don't go around audience thinking that they are true. There really is no definitive proof why they haven't finished. But
Laziness.
one reason why I could see it being true is that, can they end it in any way that's actually
Satisfying.
Like, whatever George R. R. Martin or Patrick Rothfuss do at this point, it's never gonna be enough.
Yeah. Also, you get the chance to continue to live with these characters. Like if you're with the guy from Name of the Wind, I forgot his name at this point. Like he's still we're supposed to have this guy. Spoiler, but we're supposed to have this guy end up as
Yeah.
the ultimate baddie. But how did we get here?
Yeah.
Well, finding out would be amazing, but then you find out.
Yeah.
Versus that current state of we're still in it. We're still in the if Empire Strikes Back dropped and George Lucas had just never made the last one for whatever goofy reason, people would be so upset. But we're still in the fight against the Empire. Yeah. We would always wonder, how would it end? How would they be able to beat them? Does he turn? It's his dad. Well, what does he do?
And the build up and the hype building. And I think that this is kind of something that the audience is somewhat responsible for, because we have instantaneous connection to each other and all these things. We build the hype so big that it can never truly live up to our expectations.
Yeah. Endgame for Avengers.
It will never be enough. And I think that maybe as a whole, us as audience members should be a little more understanding that, us together as thousands and thousands of fans can come up with more than one dude can come up with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And do we want their ending or do we want our ending? Because if we just want our ending, go write fan fiction.
I like that take.
Yeah. That's how 50 Shades of Grey came about.
And you can critique an ending. I'm not saying you're not allowed to critique it, but maybe also have the understanding of seeing something end and then immediately going well, they didn't do it the way I wanted them to do it. Maybe check yourself on that one. You can call out something well, this didn't make sense, or there's a plot hole here. That's fine. But if you go oh, well, the two people I shipped didn't end up together, or I think that this person should have died. That is kind of just your opinion.
Yeah, it's your opinion. The community might completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the ending of Bleach that most Bleach fans probably hold.
Yeah, me too.
It's not.
We're on the same page.
It's not my story.
Yeah.
He could have had. He's going to end up with Chad, and I would have been confused. But it's still his story.
And again, but you do point out that you feel like that romance wasn't earned, and that the other one was.
Yes.
And so I can get behind that more than.
Come on. What?
But he should have ended up.
He shouldn't.
He should have.
Oh well, yeah. We're losing a lot of anime references. I'm sorry for anybody who doesn't get it. But
yeah, no, we are.
Yeah, let us know. Is there anything that you didn't like? I know a lot of fans loved the show. This is an infamous one, Lost. And the ending of that became infamous because some people wanted it to be one way and they had made entire essays about the way it should have been versus what it ended up being. So let us know, what is your favorite ending? What is your least favorite ending? And what do you want to never end? Let us know.
Before we do end, one more thing. Crazy. But do you think that killing off the main character can be... Because, okay, so I think I love shows that take that, like, extra, like...
Jump
leap of, like, I can kill off the main character. Like, and it can be done right? We talked a little bit about One Piece and how if Luffy dies, then it's like, okay, well, if he dies the right way, it's good. And it'll be okay. Like, you've lived your 100-year life. Like, you've done enough. You can go die. But for instances where it's like, look at Dragon Ball, right? Look at Goku, and he's supposed to die, but he did anyway. Shows like that where it's like, okay, you're the main character, and you have all this power, or not. You're the leader of the group. You're going through a lot of trials and tribulations, and everyone else dies, but you. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the main character should die.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't happen because they're the main character, so they have to live.
That's a good point, and especially for Dragon Ball, because he tried to do it, and not only did he change his mind, he admitted in an interview it just didn't work. I think he said he wrote into about a third of the next arc, and he said the story didn't work for him, so he had to find a way to bring Goku back because it only really worked with him. Now, of course, you could argue that's the failing of the writer, but that's their story yet again. It's like, you should have made it work with Gohan. And everybody, when I was a kid, people's favorite character was Gohan, and they would have been fine.
Gohan or Trunks, those were two.
Gohan or Trunks. Mine was Trunks. I love Trunks, but
it's tough. I wish I could give the audience a better, because like on most of our videos, we tend to give a little bit more definitive like takes on things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this one really is kind of like a, like, because again, I hate where Dragon Ball Z goes.
I do too.
Yeah,
I really do.
Okay.
I do not like the Buu saga at all, really.
Whoa.
And but there's other people who think the Buu saga is amazing and like love.
I think it's pretty good.
Back. I did not enjoy Goku coming back.
I did not.
It was crazy. I didn't mind Goku coming back. I minded that Gohan became super arrogant and just got his butt absorbed for nothing.
But again, like,
whatever.
You could talk to two people who have like high literacy skills, I guess, of like really like enjoying stories and like you trust their understanding of a story. And
oh, crap.
They could give you two absolute different answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's it's a tough one because it isn't really like there isn't really a right and wrong in this area as much as like
it's not.
Yeah, I've liked a few stories where the main character dies. It's usually at the end. I've only seen like in Dragon Ball's case, it would have been like halfway through the story, the main character died, and you're just like, where do we go from here?
I think that's
versus like
thing to pull
the one before. Yeah, the one before Fairy Tail Rave Master, spoiler alert, main character dies.
Yeah.
And they keep building up to it, and they're like, nah, it won't happen. Dies. Doesn't come back. He's just dead.
And it sometimes works.
And it works. That's why no one in Fairy Tail dies. Because he felt bad for the way people reacted to him killing off the main character. So every time he tries, the negative reaction, Natsu was supposed to die. He didn't.
I
It's just it.
I think it's really interesting, and I won't say what story does this. Dom's gonna know what I'm talking about. But when you like utterly and entirely hint that the main character is going to die, and you basically like say beyond a shadow of a doubt you are going to die, and then
Ah.
you do it but you don't. I enjoy that because it shows how much skill the writer has to make that moment feel earned and not a
Yeah.
cop out.
That's fair. I know exactly what you're talking about. That character was going to die, but not die. And you always wonder, okay, it's really less of a, is he going to die? And more of a, how is he going to spin this in a way where the character dies and still continues?
And when that's pulled off, it is amazing.
Yeah,
It's
and
really
the
hard to pull off, though.
And what you're referring to, he did it essentially perfectly to the point I didn't even expect that to be the way.
Yeah, no, I was like,
and it still
what?
worked.
Yeah. But yeah, audience, how do you like things to end? Do you prefer your endings to make sense, or do you prefer your endings to be good? Because I know some people who are like, just give me a good ending. I'm not going to think about it too hard. Just give me a one that feels good. Don't give me feel bad endings. And then some people who are like, no, make it feel entirely earned and realistic and logical. And like, please tell us how you feel about that, because there's not a wrong answer here, really. It's more just how you feel about it, and how can we make endings better? Like, how do writers make it better? How can audience members make it easier as well? What do we need to change to stop this epidemic of bad endings?
That is so true. I think sometimes it should be fluid. Like if it was me, I would say like that if you're here today, that you enjoyed what we watched because you enjoy what we make, because we do it for y'all, but we also do it for us too, because we are selfish. We are humans. We're going to have selfish goals. But every ending should have a close, in my opinion, because this is all opinion based. But if you don't take anything away, I hope that you take away today that every ending is different. That your ending might not be the same as ours. That I hope that you go away, that you make a difference today that you did yesterday, because we're all changing. Like you're the main character of your story. Change and grow and be the best you that you can be, because at the end of the day, you're not the same person you was yesterday, and you won't be the same person you were tomorrow. So please go out there, make a difference. That the story of your life is different. I don't know. I can keep making analogies all day, but I enjoy being here with you all. You all are amazing people. I'm going to watch the ending of Stranger Things tomorrow because I got to finish the season tonight. So Joshua, I hope that we can talk about that soon.
We will.
Because I am very intrigued. I am the person who does not like spoilers. As you know, I don't like watching commercials for any movie. I don't like watching any trailers. I hate it because my little ADHD brain, I get to thinking and I get to think of all these different ways. So I like to be spontaneous in a moment and figure it out myself. But I hope that you enjoyed our podcast today. And I hope that you make a difference. Drink your apple juice, of course. I'm not drinking apple juice. I'm on this water. Stay hydrated. You know what? Drink your apple juice, but make sure that you stay hydrated. That you are the best that you are. Yeah, that's what I got for you.
Yeah.
Dominic?
Me? Is it my turn? Okay, well, I guess we're at the end now. Josh asked you an important question. Jamal gave you quite the spiel, but I'm just going to say thank you for joining us. We will be back to week podcasts yet again, hopefully. We'll see. I don't actually know. And I don't know if Josh has anything coming up or Jamal.
I mean,
but
other than
hopefully,
the baby stuff.
Other than a whole new life being brought into the world.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing serious, anyway. I thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. And this is our ending, so thank you very much. I hope you had a great time watching. I hope you had a great couple weeks while we were away. Let us know what you'd like to hear in the next video. And till next time, this has been Soul Oasis. Take care.